Hey everyone, welcome to my range Solaris guide, the new Durandal battlesuit releasing in version 8.0. This is a physical damage character, imaginary type, with the new law of Ascension Astral Ring. We're going to take a look at how this Astral Ring works, her skills, her weapon, her Stigmata, some teams, some characters you can basically use with her that get the new tag, the Heavenly Shift tag, starting this version, and as well as her rank up skills and rotations. Okay, let's start with her passives. She has a special meter called Sunlight. She consumes sunlight to quick perform her charge attack. She has two forms, a Rampager form, which is her ground form. She starts in this form as well, and Skyrider form, which is her aerial form while riding the hoverboard. Sunlight caps at 300 and is cleared when she exits the field. When it hits the cap, she can perform quick charge attacks by shortening the. She can shorten charging time for charge attacks by consuming all sunlight. And her basic attacks sequence is 1, 2, 3, restore sunlight. Yeah, she gains 3 Skylight Brilliance when she enters the Skyrider form. This is her hoverboard state. And loses 1 for performing an L3 charge attack. This is a fully charged charge attack in Skyrider form. Once she loses all Brilliance or is switched out, this the Skyrider form state ends. And her after ending her Skyrider form, her weapon active cools down for 60 seconds, so she can't enter it again immediately. And each Skylight Brilliance left, so if you manually exit it, reduces the cooldown by 20 seconds. So if you exit it immediately, it basically gets refunded. If you don't use a charge attack, basically. And for one, it's to 20 to 40, etc. And a hit of L1 to L2 or L3 reduces the time by 5, 10 and 30 seconds. And that's basically it for your passive, for how her kit works basically. Then we go to when QTE or charge attack or enter external arbor state, she gains Fearless Vanguard. This increases her physical damage and her total damage by 60% and 11%. Then enemies take more physical damage from her and more total damage from her team when she has this buff as well. When she's on standby, she recovers 4 SP per second if her SP is lower than 90 and her initial SP increases by 80. And in Skyrider form, this is the hoverboard state again. Holding evasion can make her boost fly, so basically she just flies faster, and restores 100 sunlight per second, so she can fully charge her meter in 3 seconds basically by doing this. You don't really use this though. I don't think it's actually worth it. Okay, so for your basic attacks, you don't really need to know any of these, since this basically you never really use the basic attacks. QTE is something you need to know about, since it's triggered by enemies getting time slowed, teammates landing combo or charge attacks, or casting a weapon active. 2 seconds of time fracture has different effects depending on form, so this is important. In Rampager form, in the ground form basically, this is mostly for when she's used as a support for a part 1 team. Deals damage and can be connected to basic attack sequence 2. Basically this allows you to connect immediately to basic attack sequence 2, finish with sequence 3, use charge attack, use ultimate, and switch to the next character, applying all buffs. We're gonna take a look at more of the buffs she grants in a part 1 team and in other Astral Rings later. When she's the leader, she can enter via QTE in Skyrider form. This is the hoverboard state again, and can be connected to charge attack. This allows you to just be faster on your rotation. You always QTE in. You never just switch in normally. Then while Astral Ring is inactive in a part 1 team, she reduces switch cooldown by 4 seconds, and while Astral Ring is active, she enters and she enters with QTE, she enters with full sunlight. 300 is the max, so restoring 300 basically gets her to maximum. So she can charge the attack instantly. And this is just damage reduction. Okay, now for her charged attack. Hold attack to perform charged attack. Effects differ depending on if she's in Rampager form and Skyrider form. Although to be honest, most of it is basically the same. She has armor body and takes 80% less damage when charging. The attack differs depending on how long the button is held. L1 and L2 are basically never used. Most of the time you're going to use L3 charge, so fully charge the attack. This does the most damage, applies 9 instant trauma, and pulls enemies in a large area. While she's charging in Skyrider form, she can move around, and in Skyrider 4, performing L3 charge attacks will make the attack button flash. By tapping it, you can perform the charge attack EX. This is a follow-up attack that does additional damage. Then it auto unleashes charge attack when it's fully charged, so you don't actually have to track when it's fully charged. It does it automatically. Increase crit rate of charge attack and charge attack EX by 30%, and each charge level increases those two attacks still breaking power by 30% for a maximum of 90% when it's fully charged at L3. Then using L3 charge attack in Rampager form triggers global time fracture. This helps with triggering some QTEs or in a Moral Arena and stuff like that. Okay, so for her weapon skills, this is basically her way of switching between Rampager form and Skyrider form. She has two skills. One is takeoff. When she's in Rampager form, you can unleash it by pressing weapon skill and the attack button. She will jump above the target. She will basically just start riding the hoverboard and restore 300 sunlight, allowing her to do a charge attack instantly. She has 3 Skylight Brilliance as we mentioned in the passives. When she consumes all of it, or by long pressing the weapon button, you can cast the touchdown skill, which just returns her to the Rampager form, her ground form. So basically, press weapon button to enter the Skyrider form. This has a 60-second cooldown. Use up to 3 charge attacks. When you use up all Skylight Brilliance, all by manually holding the weapon button, you can use the touchdown skill, which allows you to go back to Rampager form. And when it's out of cooldown again, you can use takeoff again. And this is basically how she switches forms and uses her charge attacks. Then after she has used QTE and Sky Splitting Flash, this is a special attack in her Astral Ring. We're gonna cover this later. As the leader, her next 3 L3 charge attacks or charge attacks EXs upon hitting imaginary enemies will transfer the damage from the cell to the Nihilus Seed. Okay, so for her evasions, basically what you need to know is that holding evasion to boost fly makes her use up an ultimate evasion charge when she's attacked to auto evade and auto cast the ultimate evasion skill, and that it restores 1000 HP to her. This is mostly useful for some Elysian Realm stuff to take advantage of some buffs. Then she has an extra ultimate evasion skill charge, so she starts with 2. And in Rampager form, the hoverboard hovers around her as a shield. When she takes damage, while not using charge attack or basic attack sequence 3, the hover shield will consume an evasion charge to auto block this damage and grants you invisibility and deals some damage to the enemy. Yeah, so nothing too crazy on the evasion skill tree. Okay, now for her Astral Ring. She's protected by the law of Ascension Astral Ring. When it's active after entering Stellar Outburst state, you can select the character with the Heavenly Shift trait. This is the support trait for this Astral Ring. To be switched in to cast Stellar Shift, this is an enhanced QTE attack. Afterwards, all other cards with the Heavenly Shift trait will cast the character Stellar Shift on their entry. So you basically select your leader with this, so you can have the most damage. Here, Stellar Shift is called Sky Splitting Flash. She can charge it up to 4 times by pressing the attack button. You get a flashing button during the QTE animation. After unleashing Sky Splitting Flash, she remains in Skyrider form, and her Skylight Brilliance is refreshed. Unleashing Sky Splitting Flash enables Augmented Ascension. This is a state that makes her Astral Ring charging state count as Stellar Outburst for this duration, granting her the Stellar Outburst buffs. This state ends when she's switched out or Skyrider form ends. When she's the leader, unleashing QTE or Sky Splitting Flash will enhance the next 3 charge attacks. And she can cast them all in a row. After she exits this, after she uses up all the enhancements, she triggers the switch cooldown. She resets the switch cooldown of teammates and triggers the QTEs. Sky Splitting Flash also restores sunlight to maximum, and the 3 quick charge attacks we mentioned earlier. You can charge by holding the button. You can just do them all in a row. Then, when she's not the leader, L3 charge attack or Sky Splitting Flash clear the leader's switch cooldown and triggers the leader's QTE. These effects are basically, for the most part, shared with other characters with this trait, so other characters can also do most of these things for their leader. QTE restores Astral Ring intensity. This is also shared with other characters and can trigger the leader's Heavenly Link. This is a joint attack that counts as damage from the leader and is registered as Star Strafe's damage. Star Strafe is Heavenly Link and Stellar Shift, among other things. Then it's just Wheel of Destiny stuff. It's just the Phantom and the Shadow Star attack, the usual. Then for a part 1 team, while the Astral Ring is inactive, the team gains minor Ground Interrupt, breaks shields 100% more easily, pauses the shield regen of enemies when hit by a 3 charge attack in a pager form for 5 seconds. This is basically the effect Prometheus has. Additionally, it inflicts 6 stun trauma and restores 5 SP to the team. After landing QTE, she gains the raise effect, consumes it with L3 charge attacks to gain the following effects: boosts the charge attack damage, all enemies take mortal damage for 10 seconds, she breaks shields 430% more easily, and impairs enemies. This is basically a similar effect to Prometheus, so she can then use her ultimate and enjoy 70% impair on the damage of her ultimate. And that's it for the part 1 stuff. With Wheel of Destiny activated, she boosts character protected by Wheel of Destiny damage, total damage by 10%. All team members deal 28% physical damage and 14% more elemental damage. Then she has Stellar Drain. She consumes it with L3 charge attacks. As usual, she gets it back after she exits Stellar Outburst state, and restores 10 additional Astral Ring intensity when Wheel of Destiny or Law of Ascension are active. Then, when Law of Ascension is activated, all team members break shields 65% more easily, and she further breaks shields 40% more easily. Characters protected by Law of Ascension deal 7% more total damage. For now, it's just here. All team members deal 15% more physical damage and 20% more elemental damage. And here, Star Strafes, this is again the Heavenly Link and Stellar Shift, has a 30% higher crit rate. And finally, she will be a support for another upcoming Astral Ring that will come in a future version. Okay, for her ultimate, she inflicts 9 stun trauma and causes time frozen domain during her ultimate. Deals 1300% attack physical damage, 100 SP cost. While Astral Ring is inactive, the ultimate will make all enemies take 15% more physical damage from her teammates for 20 seconds. If ultimate hits imaginary type enemies, 200% of the damage will transfer from the Nihilus Cell to the Nihilus Seed. And that's basically it for her ultimate. And finally for her leader skill, when one character in the team has the Heavenly Shift trait, her own Stellar Shift deals 22% more physical damage. When two characters have the Heavenly Shift trait, teammates can trigger her Heavenly Link, and then Solaris restores 10 more Astral Ring intensity when consuming Stellar Drain. And when 3 team members all have the Heavenly Shift trait, enemies take 26% more physical damage from her, and the default Astral Ring intensity, the initial Astral Ring intensity basically, increases by 10. Okay, so now let's take a look at skills on the field. This is the basic attack sequence. This is a charge attack. Then we use take off, her weapon skill, when the Skyrider form, the cold attack. This was her charge attack, and then charge attack EX after pressing attack. Then we can boost fly or use basic attacks. Let's boost fly for this one. This is charge attack, and this is charge attack EX. Then basic attack Skyrider. We are now back at full. Another charge attack and charge attack EX, which this auto triggered the touchdown skill, which got us back to Rampager form. Then this is her ultimate. Then we enter Stellar Outburst. Then we select which character casts the Stellar Shift. We select Durandal. We are in the Augmented Ascension state. We cast 3 charge attacks in a row. We actually got out. Okay. And that's it. Then the following characters can also cast Durandal's Stellar Shift and get empowered abilities. Let's try Song-Sui for example. She also counts as being a Astral Outburst, so she's in a golden form. This triggered Durandal's QT, then Durandal comes in again, use her charge attack, then we go for Vita. Vita also resets it, and Durandal comes in again, can charge attack, she can enter Skyrider, uses again, and again, then we can just like use Stellar Shift again when we are at maximum. And this is basically how she plays. You just use swap multiple times, spam Stellar Outburst when it's up, and use ultimate when it's up, and that's basically it. Okay, so for her S1, increases the multipliers of the buff called Fearless Vanguard we read in her passives. Then S2 unlocks a new skill that increases the damage of quick charge attacks by 100%. This is just an additional damage. Quite good as an upgrade though. Then we have S3, which is a leader skill upgrade, increases the multipliers. Then double S increases the transfer of the damage to Nihilus Seed from 35% to 50% after using QTS, kind of splitting flash, the 3 charge the 3 empowered charge attacks that you do in succession. Those attacks get this increase. Then boost the Fearless Vanguard effects even more for another one of her skills. Then double S1 with inactive Astral Ring, the raise effect now makes enemies take 18% more total damage instead of 10. Double S2 with Law of Ascension activated increases the shield break. and characters with low Ascension deal 10% instead of 7% more total damage. Double S3 is a leader skill increase again, and triple S increases her ultimate damage, unlocks an additional skill that increases her ultimate damage by 200%. Out of all these, triple S of course is quite good, but it costs a lot. If you're going to go for something, you either go for one copy which is S2 or two copies which is double S. Both of these should in theory be quite good, although S2 is probably the best stopping point. She works perfectly fine in S0 though, especially if you're in a Red Lotus or below, so you don't really have to feel pressured for it. Okay, for her weapon, increases her physical damage since she has the Heavenly Shift trait. When she casts Sky Splitting Flash, charging up using the attack button that flashes up generates an extra javelin up to 4. All javelins, each javelin deals 150% attack of additional physical damage. When Astral Ring is not activated and once it's in Rampager form, again this is the ground form, charge attack sequence 3 makes team members deal 36% more physical damage. So it's basically only worth to get for every buff, it's best to just use charge attacks in ground form and not in Skyrider form. She deals more total damage. Her charge attack sequence 3 reduces the weapon skill cooldown by 30 seconds on hit while she's in a pager form, and when the Astral Ring is activated, she deals more damage. Enemies take more damage from here, and yeah, all the rest are just damage bonuses. Then we go to Synergy, which makes enemies take 2% bonus total damage from deployed characters, an independent and exclusive bonus. And when she's the wielder, her Star Strafe, which is Stellar Shift and Heavenly Link, hitting imaginary type enemies, transfers 40% of the damage the Nihilus Seal takes to the Nihilus Seed. As usual, the weapon is pretty much necessary for her to actually work well, at least. And for Stigmata, they are craftable as usual, and they're basically just buffs that apply for the most part all the time. Just by playing normally, you get all of these buffs. Nothing really to pay that much attention to. Yeah, this is basically it. She gets the Dependent Determination State by Charge Attack, QTE, or entering Stellar Outburst. All of these things you basically do all the time, so you basically have this buff permanently up. And grants multiple physical damage, elemental damage buffs when she's a support for other Astral Rings. Additional Seal Break. And yeah, this is just a wall of text. All of these effects basically apply all the time, so if you want to, you can read them on your own. Okay, now for her possible themes. These are all the characters currently available with the Heavenly Shift trait. Durandal is obviously the leader, and then you can pick any two of these three. This also depends on the weather and the enemies available. If it's a physical weather, it's better to just have Song Shui, so she also benefits from the physical damage. And then depends on what you need. So Vita also has the physical breach. Sparkle has the reduced ultimate cooldown, so it all depends on what you need and also what you have. So if you don't have Sparkle, you're gonna have to play these two. If you don't have Vita, you have to play Song Shui and Sparkle, or if you don't have Song Shui, yeah, you get the gist. These are basically all her teams, so not really anything else we can say. Then we go to part 1 team, This is the same as usual. Let's drop the 7 saves. So the leader is the physical damage dealer. This could be Dreamweaver. This could be who else? This could be Herrscher of Sentience. This could be a lot of any physical damage dealer you actually want to use. Then we have Herrscher of Rebirth as usual for the Impair, and finally Reign Solaris taking the place of Prometheus. She has a lot of similar effects that Prometheus has, but a bit better. Also has the time frozen domain on her ultimate. This makes rotations with her faster, and her multiplier is a bit better, and her personal damage is also slightly better than Prometheus. So she is the clear choice for when you run a Part 1 team, replacing Prometheus in any kind of content, unless you are using her in the Memorial Arena and she's in another boss, so you just still have to use Prometheus again. So if you don't have Prometheus, she can fill her role and actually be better than her at it. And yeah, that's basically it for her teams.
天地日行，持志永恒，百战百胜，以身为据，穿石破云，歪打正着，密影奉诏，走你！趁着兴头，整个大活儿，嘿嘿，妙哉！呀，微光净域，速战速决！哦，独角猜猜，倒下的会是谁呢？再加把呀！ 持志永恒，呀！并肩作战，到我了！保护大家，别挡道！持志永恒，呀！轻而易举，气势如虹，长刃击空，万般光华可别错过哦！所向披靡，星落天元。 小心头上！坏消息，你该谢幕了。逢场作戏，走马看花。嘘，你就是那个幸运儿呀！全力以赴，盛世在手。哈，差得远，该飞向气势如虹，长刃击空。交给我来捉迷藏吧。 魂灵的分流，跃动不息。我准备好了，所向披靡，呀呀！盛世在手，气势如虹，长刃击空。请与我一同回归海的怀抱。稍安勿躁，英明不显，观念长存思维，往事种种，权且相赠。 这会是，哼！正当其时，有些事实，胜于在意。梦幻泡影，终有尽日。全力以赴，呀呀！星落天元，气势如虹，长刃击空。交给我吧，跃动不息。 冷静一下吧，以身为戒，思维，权术观念，势比空幻。有些事实，胜于在意。梦幻泡影，终有尽日。是那边吗？交给我吧。
Thanks for watching and hope you found this helpful. If you did, give this video a like and subscribe for more in future updates. See you soon, bye.